In the news, Oro Union holds centenary anniversary awards scholarship to 100 indigents. Young Surveyor Network holds conference in Uyo. Plus, Princess Iyang arrives to you ahead of Sora charity concert. Hello, good morning and welcome to NTA Uyo News at this hour. My name is Okun Ndem. Thanks for joining us. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103, as well as our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. And now to the news. Measure your blood pressure accurately, control it, live longer lives is the message this year as the world marks 2025 World Hypertension Day. Akwa Ibom State's Primary Healthcare Development Agency took this message to the streets of Uyo to commemorate the day in Uyo. Edith Yongiba reports.
World Hypertension Day is marked annually on 17th of May to raise awareness and promote prevention, detection and control of the disease. Considered a silent killer, there is need for advocacies to ensure that citizens are aware and take precautions. This is a message by the Akwa Ibom State's Primary Healthcare Development Agency while on the streets of Uyo to create awareness on the dreaded disease. Executive Secretary of the agency, Dr. Enoata, says regular high blood pressure checks is expedient as it will ensure that people live longer and healthier lives.
If you have 140/90 milligrams persistently at least twice on 2 different occasions, please, you have hypertension. But before that, if you have between 130 and 139, you are pre-hypertensive. You're actually pre-hypertensive or hypertension stage 1 as you want to call it now, so that you don't wait until you get to 140/90 when most of your organs will have been affected. We don't want that.
Non-communicable diseases focal person of the Akwa Ibom State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Esther Odofia, lends her voice to the call for regular and accurate blood pressure checks, which is done free at primary healthcare centers across the state, while also mentioning what can be done to prevent high blood pressure.
Have they checked their blood pressure? How long ago did they check that? And think that it causes no symptoms, no headache, no nothing. It's easy to overlook it. So that's why we are creating awareness in collaboration with Population Service International to tell our people hypertension is real. It's not just a disease that you can overlook.
Everybody needs to check their blood pressure and now follow accordingly. If you is right, take the appropriate steps. Eat healthy, eat fresher food, We have so much here. Akwa Ibom is blessed, everywhere is free. So try and eat fresher foods than eating packet food.
The walk, which started at Itam Flyover, ended at the West Itam Primary Health Center, where the agency also carried out free blood pressure checks. The theme for this year's celebration is to measure your blood pressure accurately, control it, and live longer lives. In Uyo, Edidion Iba, NTA News.
Thank you, Edidion. In celebration of its centenary anniversary, our union is awarding 100 scholarship with beneficiaries to be announced at this year's annual general meeting in December. The Animoko reports that this was announced at the celebration of the Oro Union's 100th anniversary at the Oro Township Stadium.
1925, 88 persons drawn from all the clans of Oro Nation came together to form Oron Union to further their common cause. Since then, 100 years after, the people of Oro Nation have continued to count the blessings of coming together under one umbrella. The centenary celebration commenced with the lighting of the centennial torch, which went round the 5 local government areas of Oro Nation, visitation of other ethnic groups living within Oro Nation, school quiz and debate, football competition, boat regatta, traditional wrestling, among others. Giving his centennial address at the anniversary celebration, President General of Oron Union, Sir Esang Nsa Basi, made some demands to the states and federal governments.
Call on all spirited individuals to key into this scholarship scheme by volunteering to sponsor indigent students in accessory institutions. Let me commend those that have already started doing so. We also call on the state and federal governments to establish and build schools in Oro Nation as is done in other local governments and other areas. The few schools we have were either built by the missionaries of old or by the efforts of the communities.
Goodwill messages were also received from stakeholders within and outside Oro Nation.
This centenary celebration is not just a celebration of our past or that of our forebears, but a testament to the strength of our identity.
As we celebrate your centenary, I urge you to continue to work in unity, peace, and peaceful coexistence.
We are celebrating our forefathers, people that started the union, people that have sacrificed for the union, right from the year 1 to the 100th year.
This is just 100 years. In the next years to come, Oro will be more than this, in height, in growth.
A lot of achievements have been made, and these achievements have been our focus, not minding the challenges.
We are happy that so many of our sons and daughters are well positioned in the government of Akwa Ibom State and at the federal.
In commemoration of the 100 years celebration, 100 persons have been identified for recognition for advancing the interests and progress of Oro Nation in the past 100 years and will be awarded in December during the organization's annual general meeting. Dianime Uko, NTA News.
Thank you, Dianime. We'll take a short break. The news continues shortly after this time out. Please stay.
Isikiri yaginemeneme mubunumpo mendo tamsitu kukara state nyan ye ake me ntonko kukara aku fokuti musiarifia koro ake menangandu bege idememo adu keri nambru fokuti mo kebenduse NTA channel 12 yo etumo ekoto nemenyan keri namami adi daritie kwa weneze kenkarika amamia itiaba abu yoke minute erap meruop ndobiye yo kutemon simbego di yagineme kebo kubok mom ase trupa nemenyan mbagi nengem poibono iyem kot irongyan.
Back and now to the rest of the news. Akwa Ibom people and other well-meaning Nigerians have been invited to support Star Charity concerts coming up at Emerald Event Center, 4 Lanes, Uyo, on Sunday, June 1st, 2025. The founder of St. Anne's Care Foundation, Princess Anne Young, made the appeal on her arrival at Victor Ota International Airport, Uyo, on Sunday evening. John Paul Alumuna completes the story.
It was an emotional moment for Akwa Ibom State-born gospel singer Princess Anne Young as she was given a grand reception on her arrival at the Victor Ota International Airport, Uyo, on Sunday evening. Princess Inyang, who is the originator of the song Akan Nankwe and other trending songs in Nigeria, says she is delighted to return home after being outside the country for some years.
There's no place like home, and this is my homeland. I'm so excited to be back home. I have well over 200 songs. Sometimes people hear my songs, they don't know the artist behind the song. I wrote so many songs before I even became a recording artist.
Speaking on the Star Charity concert coming up on the 1st of June, the gospel singer says it is an opportunity created to raise funds to support her NGO, St. Anne's Care Foundation, to provide help to the poor and less privileged in the society. She lamented that despite being the sole sponsor, the foundation has impacted many lives in the rural communities in Ibom and other rural areas in the state, appealing to the state government and other well-meaning Nigerians to support them to touch more lives.
Right now, we don't get support from the government. We are not getting support from anybody. We get support from just friends and relations and well-wishers. So we're hoping that the Akwa Ibom state government is going to support, because the first one we did was in Ikot and Kut in Ibom, and then we went to Usei Mama, which is very, very far, interior, and we are planning to do more to go, because my focus is your homeland first.
So a charity concert coming up on the 1st of June will feature prominent gospel artists within and outside Akwa Ibom State. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
A 21st century surveyor must leverage on special intelligence to identify opportunities and make data-driven decisions. This was the stand of stakeholders of the South-South Conference of Young Surveyors Network holding in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Calvin Samuel reports.
Anchored on the theme Geo-Entrepreneurship Building Business from Spatial Intelligence, the conference, which brought together young surveyors from across the South-South geopolitical zone, is the second in its series, with the aim to bring the younger generation of surveyors together to mix and network with experts in the field to gain the needed knowledge to explore the future in surveying. Declaring the conference open, the Surveyor General of Akwa Ibom State, Ememe Sang, says the field of surveying is thriving and young people must learn how to build stable brands using spatial intelligence, noting that surveyors who understand the use of modern technology have an edge over others.
So we are here to refresh our minds about who we are, what we are doing, what is it that we should be doing. By your training, the surveyor is always relevant.
Over the years, we have been looking for young people coming together, especially young surveyors coming together, and then planning, looking for the best possible way to move the profession forward. So for today, that has come to fruition.
Other stakeholders say the conference, which is a rallying point for all young surveyors, will help sharpen their knowledge and the skill needed for the deployment of modern tools in the sector.
I'm expecting to see different crops of young surveyors in diverse areas outside survey, and of course applying what they've heard today.
Geo-entrepreneurship is the integration of your geographic knowledge, leveraging on the entrepreneurial skill which is believed you already have to maximize opportunities and solve real-world problems.
Time is right for surveyors and indeed all professionals to embrace entrepreneurship, build businesses from spatial intelligence, as we all have all it takes as surveyors to do so.
We are gathered here not just to learn or to network, but to ignite a movement that will shape the very trajectory of our profession.
The conference featured paper presentations by experts, interactive sessions, and award presentation to deserving personalities, including the chairman, Oran Local Government Council, Iniobong Ekpenyon. In Uyo, Calvin Samuel, NTA News.
The remains of Etam Bassi Etam have been laid to rest in his country home, Ibiakwishit, around local government area, Akwa Ibom State, with a charge on the living to amend their ways to make eternity. Brother Hyacinth Tuburukwe of the Rainbow Ray Focus Church Incorporated gave the charge during the funeral service of the late icon. John Paul Alumona reports.
The funeral service of Bassi Etam Bassi, which was conducted by Rainbow Ray Focus Church Incorporated, attracted many dignitaries and friends of the family. In his sermon, Brother Hyacinth Tuburukwe reminded the living that Bassi Etam Bassi is not dead, rather his soul was withdrawn from his body to rest with his Creator. He admonished the people to always send flowers to their dead relatives and pray for them instead of crying over their deaths.
It is for us to strive to be able to attain that same feat. The goal of every son and daughter of God is the ascension. It is that example that Jesus has shown us.
The biography of the deceased, jointly read by his granddaughters Idorenyin and Abasama Chibong, indicate that he was a London-trained bookkeeper in 1963 and returned to Nigeria, where he was honored as a consultant in accounting by National Insurance Corporation of Nigeria, Nikon, Yaba, Lagos, in 1992. He was a philanthropist who impacted on the lives of many who came his way.
So led him to the apostolic faith. He was one of the founding fathers of apostolic faith in Dobo, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. He served God there for several years before he discovered Rainbow Rail Focus in Port Harcourt. He resigned from Michelin Company in Port Harcourt because of his passion for God and brought Rainbow Rail Focus to his hometown. He started with few members, but today Rainbow Rail Focus has spread across the entire Akwa Ibom State.
Condolence messages and tributes were presented by the family, village, church, and the Nigerian Television Authority, Calabar. Special prayer was offered for the bereaved family and repose of his soul. His body was later committed to Mother Earth after graveside rites. Some of his relatives and children say he will be surely missed.
My father was a peacemaker. He was kind-hearted. He loves truth. Anytime he speaks truth, he doesn't mince words.
So humble, and we are going to miss that because he was a kind-hearted man, a man that loved both his children and other children around him. We have promised to follow his footsteps, especially in truthfulness, because he was a man that stand by the truth at all times, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance. And I loved him even in his death. I missed him so much, but his legacies will live on.
He was a peaceful man, a straightforward person, a loving, caring, and gentle person. He has always been there for the family, even if not just his family, the in-laws, where I personally benefited from because he remained our uncle.
Our daddy had only one son, but I was his second son because I lived with him all through my primary and secondary school days. The training I have spiritually and what I am today, he contributed a greater percentage. He was a good man, he was a peace-loving man, kind-hearted. He
was aged 90 and survived by his wife, 2 children, and numerous relatives to mourn his demise, including Udo Aketum, a principal reporter with NTA Calabar. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
In Ntarabiokwa community of Oroganum local government area, family, friends, and sympathizers gathered over the weekend to bid their final farewell to the late Deaconess Ima Obum, who passed at the age of 85. The ceremony was one for an outpouring of tributes, whose loved ones paid their last respects to a woman fondly remembered for her contributions to family, faith, and community. Obiota Kanem reports.
It was a sober atmosphere in Ntak Obiokpa village as the family of late Deaconess Ima Obum laid their mother to rest. In his sermon, Reverend Ekpedeme Efanga reminded Christians of the need to adhere to the gospel as believers in Christ will be compensated according to their works on earth.
If we exhibit the positive virtues, attributes, and characters, the Lord will reward us while on earth, and in eternity will be with Him in glory, and that's in heaven.
Late Deaconess Ima Obum was described as a generous and accommodating woman, devoted to the welfare of her family and the community. She was also celebrated as a pillar of the Akwa Ibom Church, where she served and worshipped until the period of her demise.
But she'll always be ready to welcome you, give you whatever she has, whatever you want to have. My mom never requested for anything in life. All she wants is to see us doing well.
And my mom was so good, was so nice. My mom was caring, my mom was loving. My mom taught us the way of the Lord. My mom disciplined us in a good way. And that is why today we are standing here to bid her farewell.
She had a good policy. She's a good person. Yeah.
She was a mother indeed. She has taught me so many things. Very peaceful woman. Each time you are around her, you have something to take away from her.
I pray that the Lord, should console them and grant them the heart to, bear their loss.
The ceremony featured heartfelt tributes and words of gratitude from her children and well-wishers. Deaconess Ima Obom is survived by 7 children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and a host of other relatives, all of whom were present to witness her interment. In Orukanam, Obiota Ekanem, NTA News.
To end the news, a recap of the major stories. Oral Union held centenary anniversary, awarded scholarship to 100 indigents. Young Surveyor Network held conference in Uyo. You also heard in the news that Princess Ian has arrived to you ahead of charity concert. That's a package more this morning. Remember to be a star, join NTA's campaign to stand against rape and rapists.
Onebogo man edara usonombo edogo iswa ikeke edombonowo scholarship nko me war edogo surveyor enie mbogo amo uyo Princess Inyang adisimoyo kembe idem ebogo ekoto sa charity concert ukanyen mikomo anyang medo emedion mo kamando tum mbok uba usanemi Ebogo Koto, Akwa Ibom State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, nombono wite mebo yagamo, eka uforibok, eke sire memo, man ebarekban udongo nkongoyip, enyung eduwem, ebaken nsongidem, yaikopo yagambro mito akambongi.
Dongo Ekoto, nkonkongip ado, mkpofunake ataitieti, amienam unadres yusenenum ebo yak eto yombono wo ufona dise ide memo. Man mbonsinie udonga me ebaretre udonga nkongkong yip kide memmo. Ami ado etop atoro Ebogo Ekoto Akwa Ibom State Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Ata wenpo no Ebogodo Dr. Enoata yemme ikpowo mfen ebokeri ise udomo nkongkong yip ado akpanpo ananga dembonowo enam. Manatoro etre udonga me. Monowo enyung ebake nsong idem. Ema yung edari fed etang Eboke adise udomo nkongkong yip aroke ufon mbonowo ndien ke adinmami araritie ke primary health center ke doke mfon ke diname ke na mmadụ ekesanga tiongoke itam flyover ekesam west itam primary health center mi kuyo
Me ikpowo ke South Conference me surveyors ekenie kuyo ebo yak me iwat edogo surveyor ekrebo ke ammo ebo ukpe abiginam ammo ekanena mutumo mo mfon na hasanga akeke mge ndutum mkpo idagami yakikobo yogombo mito akambon
Iworiko akedogo usong medu na ekpe na manatoro uforo yenkot aba ke tumbon me surveyor ke idenyen Ebegomi ema eben me surveyor ke ikpere South man ekpep enyung enyi fiok ebanga obagutumo mo mfon Ekamba wo surveyor ke sterem memisan amabo ke me iwat edogo surveyor enate enye ufa ifiok adikama namutum ammo nyoso akekem ye ufa obonompo idagame kedina mado ema enye mention sio ukpe mpo enongom me ikpowo me award kotumbon eke nongoke award do akedo adai wood ke nkonukara uran ete iniebong ikpenyong Mike uyo eme
Ukanyen tembong nyen atrerero uba usenemi tutundubi etieson